Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Congregation Beth Israel in Houston. Live streaming is here for you. I'm delighted that we can share the Shabbat together, sharing beautiful prayers, inspiring music, and an important message. As the week continues and Shabbat begins, please accept my very best wishes for good health, much life, and greater peace. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good Shabbos to each of you. As we come in from a cold day in Houston, we take our places in the sanctuary. We look forward to the beginning of Shabbat as we welcome this time for rest, for joy, and greater peace. Some of us have had a very joyful week. Our prayers and blessings enable us to give thanks to God for what we've come to know. But others I know have had a more challenging week. It's not uncommon. Our prayers and songs help us also to find in God's presence all that we need, greater hope and strength for a new week to come. And so as we take our places, and from all the places we've come, we look to Cantor to join us together in song.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We continue now with the singing of a nigun, or wordless melody, followed by Lecha Dodi, which you can find on page 20. Please join us as we welcome in Shabbat together. Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha hishmianu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shemo tiferet Shabbat nikavela Boi v'shalom Ateret bala Gam b'simcha U'tzola Toch emuneh Am segula Boi chala Boi chala Yai dai dai lecha dodi Yai dai likrat kala Yai dai v'nei Shabbat V'nei Shabbat Nikavela, yai-di-di-di-dai, lecha-dodi. Yai-di-di-di-dai, likrat kala. Yai-di-di-di-dai, b'nei Shabbat. B'nei Shabbat, nikavela.
We turn in our prayer book now to page 2 and 3 as we invite Lisa Cohen and Rachel Bishop to lead us in the blessings over the Sabbath lights.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
We continue with our call to worship Baruch Hu on page 146. Please rise.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Together, page 150. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments, and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. We continue responsively. We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all.
Yet that oneness eludes our grasp as imperfection and evil abound.
Before our eyes there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness.
There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul.
When will redemption come?
When we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves.
Long ago, we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High.
We learned God's presence redeems time and event, so we celebrate this power that makes for freedom.
Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Gar Yisrael.
Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence, we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, hapurei sukat shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, lidorotam rit olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, lidorotam rit olam. Bini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, ki shishet yamim Adonai, Adonai, et ha-shamayim ve'et haaretz, uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, lidorotam rit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat.
Together, the people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed.
We continue now with Hatfilah on pages 155, 156. Please rise.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avoteinu v'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot, Umevii Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magein, Baruch Ata Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'Ezrat Sarah.
We continue responsively. We pray that we might know before whom we stand, the power whose gift is life, who quickens those who've forgotten how to live, having implanted within us an eternal spirit. We pray for winds to disperse the air of sadness, for rains to make parched hopes rise again. We pray for love to encompass us for no reason save that we are human, that we may blossom into persons who've gained power over our own lives.
We pray to stand upright, we fallen, to be healed, we sufferers. We pray to break the bonds that keep us from the world of beauty. We pray to be open to our own true selves. We pray that we may walk in a garden of purpose, in touch with the power of the world.
Praise be the God whose gift is life, whose cleansing rains let parched men and women rise again. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kedoshim b'chol yom yahalalucha selah. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh. Please be seated. together on page 163. For the good in us, which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. For the strength to improve the world with our hearts and our hands, we offer praise. For the desire in us which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful. For life and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow, all praise to the source of being. For all these things, O Sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulcha na'eh lehodot. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Together, strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of our world. Plant virtue in every soul. May the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people with peace.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'necha levarich et Amcha Yisrael. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim.
We pray silently.
We pray that the prayers and blessings and songs and melodies that we have shared as a community tonight will be extended to all of those who are in need of healing, a healing of body and mind, of spirit and soul. And so tonight we think of Susan Pye, Jeffrey Feinstein, Rena Rauch, Arthur Hamburger, Donald Podoloff, Ben Behar, David Suffian, and Mel Bishop in our prayers for a full and complete healing. Our prayer of Misha Beirach continues now on page 253. Misha Beirach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Beirach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Shabbat is our sacred time. It's our time when we give thanks to God for all the gifts in our life. Unlike the days of the week when some of us don't come together to pray, that is the time when we can give our hope and our prayer to God for all the things that we need, for health, for healing, prosperity, for justice, and certainly for peace. On Shabbat, our prayers don't ask God for anything. On Shabbat, our prayers are thanks and praise to God. So sometimes when we come on Friday night, we're missing a little bit of what we hope we might find in God's presence. That little opportunity to say to God, I'm aching for something I truly need. We insert in our Sabbath service, as Rabbi Scott just did so beautifully, a Misha Berach, a prayer for health and healing. It's not a traditional part of the Friday night service because it is a prayer of asking. It's a petition before God. So after the silent prayer, we make a little place for it. And we love it. We've come to count on it, and especially Debbie Friedman's version. But we're not the first ones who seek in God's presence something that we desperately need. Going back to ancient times, in this week's Torah portion, the Israelites were hoping and looking and seeking for God, not the God on high on the mountain, but the God who would be very present to them in all the places they would go. God commanded Moses to say to the Israelite people, Asuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. Make me a dwelling place, that I may dwell among you. And so the people set out to build a beautiful tabernacle, a mikdash, a special place where God's presence could be found, and God's presence would go with them in all the places they would be. A little Hebrew lesson. A mikdash is a sacred place. You've heard the word Kaddish and Kiddush, Aron Kodesh, the Holy Ark. Aron is a Hebrew word. It simply means a cabinet. Go in your kitchen, you'll find an Aron. But Aron Kodesh, a Holy Ark, if you open the cabinet in your kitchen, you will not find a Torah. Open the Aron Kodesh, you will not find dishes. An Aron Kodesh is an ark, a cabinet set apart for a special purpose. And so is a mikdash, a place that is set apart to find God's presence. So the mikdash the Israelite built was a place that they could always bring God's presence with them. And so even in modern times, we have built a Beit Mikdash, our holy temple too. And it's this place where we come on Friday night, Saturday morning, or special occasions and holidays. We fully anticipate to feel something, to walk away and say, I'm glad I came. Maybe I'll come again. But the truth is that we don't have to find our presence before God always in the sanctuary. The truth is that the most holy place in a Jewish community is not the synagogue. It's not the temple. It's actually the Jewish home. You've heard me bless wedding couples on the bima before. I very often say that we hope that the words that they'll exchange under the chuppah will bind them for years to come, that their hearts will be turned to each other in patience and understanding for years, God willing. But most of all, that their home will be a mikdash ma'at, a small sanctuary dedicated to God, to Torah, and to Israel. I very often say, if it isn't happening at home, if Judaism isn't being lived and celebrated and happening at home, it isn't happening. We can't come here and get a shot of Judaism and take it with us. We could, doesn't hurt. But if we don't make it happen at home along the way, in all the places we go and live, then it really isn't happening. But there are other places too. You know, very often today, weddings don't take place on the bima in the sanctuary or the chapel. Some do. And I love when it happens that way. It's a little easier to come to the synagogue than schlep to the hotel or the venue, wherever the wedding might be. We don't mind, we go. But what I always make a point of saying when I stand under the chuppah and welcome the couple there, I say, now that we've entered a sacred time, we've also entered a sacred place. Just to be sure that they know that it isn't just a hotel or just a venue. Now we've entered a place in which we find God's presence, and this holy place is set apart for a very special reason. Sacred places like Beth Israel, which is beautiful, and we love to enter because we find our family and friends and familiar clergy and others, are perfect. And so is that chuppah. But there are other places too. I love the mountains. In the summer, I retreat to the mountains and hike. Now, don't get the wrong idea about me. When I hike, I take a backpack filled with everything I need. You know, hiking, you shouldn't suffer, you shouldn't struggle. You should come back and feel comfortable, not bruised and too sore. But I love the mountains, I love the air, the vistas and the views. And I remind myself of all the things that we create every single day. I did not create that mountain. I did not create that view. And you can't help but stand there and say, oh my God, it's gorgeous. And if you think you don't pray, you just did. You said this has nothing to do with me. This mountain, this view is larger than me. Something larger than myself had something to do with these laws of nature. If you're not a mountain person, perhaps you're an ocean person. The smell of the ocean, the wind, the breeze, the sand, the seaweed. If that's what you love, God bless you. But when you stand there and you say, oh my God, what a day, that's a prayer. That's an acknowledgement of something beyond you. And in God's presence, you might even find yourself saying, not only thank you for what you've created for me to enjoy, God help me to grow in peace and health and goodwill, that I can enjoy these views and this beauty and this wonder for years to come. Some of us don't get that far away. We can't get to the mountains, we can't get to the coast. Sometimes we're at home to find our sacred space right there. And I will share with you again, after a long week, I have a very special place at home. In my study at home, I have a chair I love, a cup of coffee I cherish, and a good book is always near me. If not in my hands and on my Kindle, where I can even highlight with my finger. That's my special place. I don't need it for hours on end. A few hours, an hour, half hour to replenish again. That's a sacred space. When the kids were little, I didn't let them in when I was reading. They can play in their rooms, they can make a mess anywhere they wanted, but not in my sacred space. That was for me, for what I needed. And in all of those places, they were ready for God's presence, to feel something special, to pray a prayer that we needed, even to appreciate the quiet and the peace and the moment that we found for ourselves. So we're not so different than our ancient ancestors. They did it first, but every generation since, including our own, has sought a retreat from everything that is so tumultuous and busy in our lives. Because we want to feel secure, we want to feel assured, and we want to feel blessed in God's presence. When we feel depleted, and we do, we want to feel nourished again. We can eat, we can exercise, we can do all forms of yoga. Sometimes we just need a little quiet space to feel in God's presence something that we seek for ourselves personally. And when we feel alone, sometimes what we cherish is encounter. Encounter with a friend or a family member, but sometimes it's just encounter with the divine presence that is larger than ourselves. Because sitting on that mountain or on that seashore, even at home alone, sometimes we're not actually alone. Sometimes we feel very nourished by it because we feel we've encountered something that has truly met us in that place. And then what feels so mundane suddenly is elevated to a sacred place. That mountain, that seashore, that chair, mundane, the dirt, the sand, the place. But to create out of it something elevated makes it our own mikdash, set apart for a very holy purpose. As our Sabbath continues and as the week begins, all of us feel from time to time. It's not a mystery, it's not even a question. I know that we all feel depleted and in need of more energy, excitement, and a sense of blessing. So wherever you go, wherever you sit, wherever you stand, let's do as our ancestors did and elevate for ourselves the places where we find ourselves to be something set apart for a very special purpose. And perhaps there, where we think we might be alone, we might actually have encounter with something divine, something special before us to lift us up and feel sacred each and every day. Amen. Please rise. Standing before the Holy Ark, we are delighted that we have reached our holy place and prepared ourselves to do as we always wish to do, which is to take the Torah and its teachings and to preserve it in the next generation in the able hearts and hands of those who will carry it forward. And tonight we are grateful that two precious families stand before us to receive the Torah and to pass it to their children, as now we take it from grandparents to parents to children.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'shahavu l'har kodesh ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Exalt Adonai our God and bow down towards God's holy mountain, for Adonai our God is holy.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo.
In our prayer book, we turn to the bottom of page 282 and 287 as we continue with Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו 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 אחד.
Page 294. We take this time now to call to heart and mind those dear ones who departed this earth and entered the peace of life eternal. Lovingly we remember Bernard Lee, Ida Verman, Sandra Daly, Sam Spain, Melvin Rayner. And we add the names of those the anniversary of whose death is observed this Shabbat. Anne Gomel, Francis Gomel, Gary Gomel, Maurice Gomel, Alexander Stoffman, Max Alperin, Sigmund Chernick, John Connolly, Frank Feldman, Jerry Finger, Harold Freeman, Beatrice Golding, Sadie Levy, Sanford Lipson, Ben Myers, Michael Arnold, Sam Jack Losserman, Gregory Hyman, Ruby Jacobs, Simon Lusky, Barbara Patt, Marion Peck, Raphael Simon, Neil Sternberg, Graciela Albin, Harold Baum, Ezra Bessie, Betty Jo Bowen, Lillian Copeland, Isidore Fallis, Louis Good Jr., Ben Kaufman, Emma Pauley, Bessie Pye, Rose Rodenstein, Esther Schultz, Esther Soltanic, Shepard Kurlop, Aladar Deutsch, Louis Dvoretsky, Luke Glosserman, Sam Glosserman, Benny Goldstein, Dora Honig, Jack Kalman, Frank Layden, Ilya Pipus, Faye Pulsifer, Harry Rychek, Helen Rychek, Albert Rose, Bessie Schultz, Sarna Stoger, Miriam Ullman, Esther Walco, Morris Becker, Saul Davison, Libby Edelman, Jean Goldsmith, John Hersfeld, Marcia Jacobs, Joseph Levy, Nathan Lewis, Ernie Meyerson, Faye Sonner, Sonny Sewell, Ben Bass, Joseph Books, Molly Ellis, Edward Levy, Yetta Platoff, Sam Alter, Ralph Davidson, Bernard Flans, Milton Getz, Sarah Golding, Sophie Goldman, Ben Lewis, Rosalie Lichtenstein, Lester Marks, Jack Postilnick, Molly Rudolph, Scott Sonnenberg, Dorothy Weber, Frank Diamond, Marla Campbell, Eugene Blackschlager, Betty Coleman, Betty Crown. In their memory and in their honor, we rise as a congregation and join in the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yamad yivrachu te v'yamlich melchute, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedechol beit Yisrael, bagalav izman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olam me'amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, Vidadar, Vitale, Vitalal, Shmeir Grisha, Brichu, Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechamata, Damiram v'yama v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to those who mourn and comfort to all the bereaved among us, as together we say, Amen. We sanctify the Sabbath day with the Kiddush, and we invite our Benot Mitzvah to lead us. We can join them on page 5.
The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who finding favor with us sanctified us with mitzvot. In love and favor you made the holy Shabbat our heritage. As a reminder of the work of creation, as first among our sacred days, it recalls the exodus from Egypt. You choose us and set us apart from the peoples. In love and favor you have given us your holy Shabbat as inheritance. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. We therefore raise the cup in thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Richard Kaplan, and I have the privilege of serving as Secretary of Beth Israel's Board of Trustees. Mazel tov to the families of Marissa Bishop and Aiden Cohen, who are becoming Benot Mitzvah this Shabbat. On Monday evening at 7 p.m., we will welcome Ambassador Stuart Eisenstadt in a moderated conversation with CNN presidential historian Douglas Brinkley. They will discuss Middle East policy, current events, and what it's like to work in the White House. On February 19th at 7 p.m., Rabbi Lyon will present his third session on the series of Exploring the Prophets. All are welcome to attend, and no prior knowledge is necessary. After tonight's service, Debbie Kaplan, Rob Schoss, and I look forward to welcoming you. Please join us at the membership table in Wolf-Tuman Hall following the services. Shabbat Shalom.
This evening we'll conclude our Shabbat service as we join in singing Adon Olam. The words can be found on page 321. Please rise and join us in singing.
Adon Olam Asher Malach Aydidi Dai Didi Dai 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 V'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Aydidi Dai Didi Dai 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 Li'nasa V'chefzo Kol Ay Dai 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 Hazai Melech Shemo Nikra Ay Dai 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 V'acharei Kiklot HaKol לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יביא תפארה. איי 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 אדון עולם אשר מלך, איי דידי די דידי די 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 די, בטרם כל יציר נברא, איי דידי די דידי די 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 די, נעשה בחפצו כל, איי די 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 די, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, איי די 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 די, והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו להכבירה, בלי ראשית בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה. Adon Olam Asher Malach Ay Didi Dai Didi Dai 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 B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Ay Didi Dai Didi Dai 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 Li'nasa B'chefzo Kol Ay Dai 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 Hazai Melech Shemo Nikra Ay Dai 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 Dai.
Following the closing benediction, please remain in your places for just a moment so that we can exit the bima. We look forward to meeting you in the oneg to wish each of you Shabbat Shalom. Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, our God and God of our ancestors, in your presence we find all that we need. As we leave this place and make our way into the week to our home, to work, to all places, guide us and sustain us for greater joy, enduring peace. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for joining us at Congregation Beth Israel in Houston. Sharing Shabbat with you is so meaningful to us. Let's join together again very soon. My very best wishes to you for a good week. Shabbat Shalom.